Hello, good morning children. Hope you all have enjoyed Uttarayan and doing well. Um, so we are starting a new chapter that's a part of geography. In the 7th standard you have already studied about the agriculture of the Gujarat. Now children, from that lesson only you have an idea that India is a country where still 70% people or more than 60% people are engaged in the agriculture. So if we see that the main occupation of the India or the Indian people is agriculture, then it's correct and it's true. So today we are going to learn about what are the different types of agriculture products is there, and how the agriculture uh, or agricultural product grow in India at a different place at a different given conditions. Okay, and how we study and how we know that how the different agricultural products in the different land forms. Okay, and how irrigation is very important to know about the agriculture of India. Okay, so let's start. See children, the major crops which are grown in India is rice, wheat, jowar, that is also known as the sorghum, then the millet, forest scrub, and the sparse vegetation. Sparse vegetation means um, uh, uh, means which is not specific, but what we call is the forest. Okay, so you can see this very light green, that is an area for the rice. So you can see that all these eastern part, okay, then this certain part of the South India, okay, then here this is the eastern part of the India, extreme eastern part of the India. So these all parts are very much favorable for the rice. Then you can see wheat. Okay, so here this is a brown and these all are the wheat areas. Okay, then then you see it is a Gujarat. Okay, so it is more, the condition of the Gujarat is more favorable for the millet, wheat, bajra. Okay, and that's also the condition with the sorry, with the Rajasthan. Okay, areas with the two predominant crops are in the light purple color. Okay, so this is how the various crops are grown in the different region of the India. Now if we divide the agriculture of India, then it is in the four different types of the farming. Okay, so the first is the normal or unirrigated agriculture, then it is an irrigation farming. The crops which is included in the unirrigated agriculture is the sorghum, then the millet, corn, and groundnut. Okay, and the irrigation farming includes the sugarcane, cotton, jute, and paddy. Okay, then the plantations means which can be grown in the type of the garden, that is called the plantation. Then it comes the tea, coffee, coconut. Okay, and the dry farming includes wheat. So one by one we will see all these four types, and we will also see some of the crops in that. So what is basically the normal or the unirrigated agriculture? The agriculture which is dependent on the monsoon is called the normal or the unirrigated agriculture. ऐसे crops जो फुल्ली मॉनसून पे ही डिपेंडेंट होते हो, दे दैट इज कॉल्ड द अनइरिगेटेड एग्रीकल्चर और द नॉर्मल एग्रीकल्चर और द नॉर्मल farming. And the such crops are sorghum, that is in millet, and the sorghum Sorghum, is a type of the millet only. Somewhere it is known as in the name of the ragi, somewhere we call it bajra. Okay, so sorghum is a type of a millet. Sorghum is grown in the Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Millet is grown in the Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Rajasthan is the largest producer of bajra in India. So in which state bajra is grown in the abundant or the state which is a largest producer of the bajra, then it is Rajasthan. Okay, even more than Gujarat, bajra is produced in Rajasthan. Now the major crops is the wheat, bajra, rice and the maize. Okay, if you will see the major crops of the Gujarat, then it is the wheat, bajra, rice and the maize. And the other crops which are grown in the Gujarat is the mustard, sesame, pigeon pea, green gram, okay, cotton. And the Gujarat is the largest producer of the castor, tobacco, sesame seed, cotton and the groundnut in the country. So here you can, in this right hand side lower picture, you can see here the different types of the sorghum is here. Okay, so this is a different type of the millets. Here in the picture you can see this is a sorghum. Okay, this is the field of bajra. This is a picture of the field of bajra. Okay, so basically the normal agriculture is the agriculture or the farming which is fully dependent on the monsoon. अगर बारिश नहीं होगी तो इस तरह के एग्रीकल्चर को या फार्मिंग को पानी नहीं मिलेगा. So it is fully dependent only on the monsoon. सिर्फ इसको monsoon के ही टाइम में पानी चाहिए होता है और monsoon के ही वाटर पे डिपेंडेंट होता है. It doesn't require lot of water. Okay, so this is called the normal or the unirrigated farming or agriculture. Now we will move to the second type. Is in the unirrigated or the normal farming, corn. Corn is used as a grain and as a fodder for animal also. Corn का यूज हम भी ग्रेन के तरीके भी करते हैं और डायरेक्टली भी उसको कंज्यूम करते हैं. एंड इट इज ऑल्सो यूज एज अ फूडर, मीन्स एनिमल को भी खिलाने में काम आता है. एंड इट इज मेनली ग्रोन इन द कर्नाटका, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, आंध्र प्रदेश एंड मध्य प्रदेश. Then comes the groundnut. Corn you can see here in the picture, okay, and this is the picture of the field of corn. Now the groundnut. Groundnut requires the less rain to grow. Gujarat is a leading producer of the groundnut in India. So सबसे ज़्यादा groundnut कहाँ होते हैं? That is in Gujarat. You can see here in the picture groundnut, okay. It is also grown in the Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. 50% of the edible oil is extracted from the groundnut. और groundnut की जो भी farming होती है उसमें से उसका 50% यूज क्या हो जाता है? To extract the oil out of it. क्योंकि ये सारे जो states हैं like महाराष्ट्र, मध्य प्रदेश, आंध्र प्रदेश and Gujarat, mainly people consume the groundnut oil as an edible oil. Okay. Type of the farming is dry and irrigation farming. During the monsoon season, water is collected in the low-lying areas. Dry farming is practiced in such area. Wheat grows well in such area. आप लोगों ने मैप अभी 2 स्लाइड पहले आपने जब देखा तब भी आपने देखा था कि जो wheat है उसको इतना ज़्यादा वाटर की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. That's why it's come in the dry and irrigation farming. Okay. Cultivation of the crop in areas where rainfall is very less, that is less than 715 mm per annum, is called the dry farming. Okay. And if you will see the wheat, then wheat is grown in the Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab. Okay, Punjab is known as the bowl of the wheat. Okay, and it is grown in the Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Okay, the Bhalia wheat of the Bhal region of Gujarat is very famous. Now in this picture you can see there is a different methods of the irrigation, that is a drip irrigation. Okay, then it is directly providing the water by making a small path in the field. Okay, that is known as the as the as a directly providing water in the field. Here also you can see in the picture, see, okay, like this. And this is called as a sprinkle farming. Water is it is sprinkled in the form of this this type of the sprinkles. Okay, so that much water doesn't get wasted, and all the plants in the field get the water. Now we will move towards the third type of the farming, and that is an irrigation farming. The land where the farming is done through the irrigation, that is through the well, lakes, canals, etc., is called an irrigation farming. In India, on 30% land, irrigation farming is carried out. अब इरिगेशन फार्मिंग्स वो फार्मिंग होता है जिसमें पानी चाहिए होता है, ओके, जिसमें ज़्यादा पानी चाहिए होता है. एंड द 30% ऑफ द लैंड, 30% ऑफ द इंडिया का जो लैंड है उसमें इरिगेशन फार्मिंग ही होती है. अब इसमें इरिगेशन फार्मिंग में कौन कौन से टाइप के क्रॉप्स होते हैं? दैट इज द शुगर केन एंड द कॉटन. इंडिया इज द लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ द शुगर केन इन द वर्ल्ड. इंडिया पूरे वर्ल्ड में शुगर केन का सबसे बड़ा प्रोड्यूसर है. हॉट एंड द ह्यूमिड क्लाइमेट इज अ फेवरेबल फॉर द शुगर केन. शुगर केन इज ग्रोन इन द पंजाब, उत्तर प्रदेश, आंध्र प्रदेश, महाराष्ट्र, हरियाणा एंड तमिलनाडु. Okay, so in this state sugar canes are produced in the abundant. Okay, and sugar cane also requires lot of water, so water is provided even after the monsoon season through the wells and the canals. Okay, then the another is the cotton. Cotton crop takes 6 to 8 months to get ready. अब कॉटन जो होता है उसको 6 से 8 महीने लगते हैं फील्ड में पूरा रेडी होने के लिए. The sky should be clear when it is harvested. It is mainly grown in the Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana and the Punjab. जब हम कॉटन के सीड्स फील्ड में डालते हैं और जब वो बहुत छोटे छोटे प्लांट होते हैं उस टाइम पे ये ज़रूरी है कि स्काई बिल्कुल क्लियर हो, उस टाइम पे बारिश नहीं हो. ओके, सो द cotton plants actually required water in a very much organized manner. ऐसा नहीं है कि उसमें आप कभी भी पानी डाल दो, नो. एंड द ऑयल इज ऑल्सो एक्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द कॉटन सीड्स. Next is in the irrigation farming, next crops are the jute and paddy. Jute crop takes 8 to 10 months to get ready. The harvested stems of the jute fiber is first tied together and soaked in water to soften. The fiber are then stripped from the stalks in a long strings and washed in the clear running water. Then they are hung up or they spread on the thatched roof to dry. The jute is grown in the West Bengal, Assam, Bihar and Odisha. बच्चों जूट क्या होता है? आप लोगों ने जूट के बैग्स देखे हैं? यू कैन सी हियर इन द पिक्चर lot of items prepared from the jute, which we call the gunny bags. Okay, that gunny bags are made out of the jutes. जूट की खेती होती है और उसके जो स्टेम्स होते हैं उसके स्ट्रेप्स को तोड़ा जाता है in the form of the straps. फिर उसको रनिंग वाटर में वॉश करना पड़ता है, फिर उसको सुखाना पड़ता है. सो इट इज एन लॉन्ग प्रोसेस एंड इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ वाटर. ओके, देन comes the paddy. Paddy is an important crop of India. Paddy means rice. It is the staple diet of most of the Indians. It is grown in the West Bengal, Bihar, Punjab, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. Okay, so wheat is also, you can see this picture is actually a picture of the field of the paddy. Paddy requires 2-3 feet of the water in the field, so that it required a lot of water to grow. Okay, here is also this is also a picture of the paddy only. And the states where paddy, which are the large producer of the paddies, are the West Bengal, Bihar, Punjab, Assam, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and paddy is a crop which is mostly consumed by the. Okay, now the fourth type of the irrigation that we are talking is the plantation. A single crop is grown in the large area. Okay, it is type of the garden जैसा हम लोग grow करते हैं उस type की जो farming होती है, that is called the plantation. When the certain crops are grown in the garden method and taken care as a garden, it is called the plantation. It includes the tea, coffee, fruit orchards, vegetables, coconut, palms, etc. ये सारी चीज़ों जैसे कि टी है, कॉफ़ी है, फ्रूट्स हैं, बहुत सारी वेजिटेबल्स हैं, इन सबको जब हम फील्ड में गार्डन की तरह प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, then that is known as the plantation. Okay, and it is mainly produced for the market and not for the farmers self consumption. It is actually इस तरह की जो प्लांटेशन टाइप की फार्मिंग होती है वो मार्केट यूज के लिए किया जाता है, सेल्फ कंजम्पशन के लिए बहुत कम किया जाता है. ओके, involves the methods input like the chemical fertilizer, insecticides and the pesticides. Now we will see one crop of this tea. Tea is grown on the slopes of the mountain where the forests are cleared. Waterlogging near the root of the tea plant is harmful for the plantation. That's why it is grown on the mountain slopes. Assam produces the maximum tea. Besides Assam, tea produced in the West Bengal, Kerala, Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu. अब ये जो टी का प्लांटेशन है उसमें बहुत ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. इट रिक्वायर्ड द स्लोप, ऐसा माउंटेन की तरह ढाल होना चाहिए, सो दैट द वाटर रन्स बट डजंट एक्यूमुलेट नियर द प्लांट ऑफ द टी. उसको पानी तो चाहिए लेकिन रनिंग वाटर चाहिए, उसके रूट्स के पास वाटर लॉगिंग नहीं होना चाहिए. That is very important in the plantation of the tea. That's why it is largely produced in the Assam. Assam is the largest producer of the tea. Other than Assam, the tea are produced in the Kerala, then the West Bengal, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Okay, and plantation is especially done for the commercial farming, and where the single crop of the tea, coffee, cashew, okay, and the large amount of the labors and capital is required in the plantation farming. Okay, children. Yeah. So, irrigation. Irrigation means what? It is our way of adding water to the farmland. Okay, जहाँ भी हम खेती करते हैं उसमें जब हम पानी पहुँचाते हैं, that is called irrigation. Okay, because water is mandatory for the plants. Now, so there are the different types of the irrigation method. See, here it is called the surface irrigation, जहाँ पे डायरेक्ट जो पानी है वो इसमें जो स्मॉल पाथ बनाए हैं उसमें डायरेक्ट डाला जाता है. ओके, देन यू कैन सी दिस इज एन स्प्रिंकल इरिगेशन. वाटर इज अप्लाइड टू द ग्राउंड बाय द स्प्रे मेथड, ओके, like a rain. Then it is in drip irrigation. Water is applied to the ground at the plant in the small amount. Water is applied at the close to the rate that the soil will absorb it and the plant will use it. Drip irrigation method में क्या होता है, long pipe होता है. Okay, either it is above the ground or on the ground and the water drop by drop goes into the soil and then plant absorbs it. Okay, this type of drip irrigation can be done in the tea. Okay, sprinkles can be done on the like the vegetables, and this surface irrigation is required in the sugar, paddy. Okay, so there are the different types of the irrigation method. Now children, monsoon in India is very irregular and uncertain, is it? So the most of the state experience the scanty rainfall for a short period of time. Due to the uncertain rainfall, more than one crop is rarely grown on an entire portion of the land. Hence, to increase the agricultural production, irrigation is necessary. Now, why we require this different type of the irrigation method? So that the water which is collected through the rain or by the different means of the water bodies, we can use it very consciously for the farming. That's why always even the government and the different institution or the organization always says that we should preserve more and more rain water, okay, either in the form of the canals or by constructing the dams, okay. Yeah, this is the map. You can see this map in your textbook also. So this is about the major rivers and the dams in the India. And out of these dams, the biggest is this Indira Canal. Okay. And the dam built on that is a Bhakra Nangal Dam. Here you can see it is in Bhakra Nangal Dam, is the biggest dam of the India. The length of the Indra Canal is the 9,425 kilometer long canal it is. And because of this canal, the barren land of the Rajasthan also becomes fertile. Okay. So the Indra Canal is one of the biggest canal project in India. It starts from the Hari barrage a few kilometers below from the confluence of the Satluj and the Bias river in Punjab, and it runs to the southwest in the Punjab and Haryana, but mainly in the Rajasthan. Okay, so it starts from here, from the Punjab, and then it's moved towards the Rajasthan. Its construction started in the 1958 and then it was completed, and afterward its name has been changed in 1984. Okay children, here you can see this is the picture of the Indra Canal. So this is how we can preserve the water for the irrigation, and this water consumption also help our land to convert into the more fertile land. Okay, so due to the this different variety of the agriculture we required, so we also required the different types of the irrigation. So actually this is a type of the agriculture based on the irrigation farming. Okay, so that's all for today. So you have seen the major crops of India and how these major crops require the different types of the irrigation and different situations. Okay, in the next session we are going to read more about the industries of the India. That's all children. Goodbye, enjoy, and good day.